Hey guys, Steve here from VR Roundtable. I am playing Lucky's Tale. This is a game that I know you guys heard me talk about a lot on the show, so let's hop right on in it. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys kind of see the intro.
Lucky and Piggy are the best of friends. They curl up to sleep when the
game is cutesy and very cartoon-like, like it's a sort of a DreamWorks or a Pixar style quality. So this evil snake guy comes and takes Lucky's friend, Mr. Piggy or whatever his name is, away. And Piggy is basically a piggy bank. And you'll see why they made that connection.
Pig gave a yelp, and Lucky leapt from bed. He raced off to help. As the wily Glorp fled. A golden coin trail showed him the way. This is Lucky's Tale. And it's time to...
You can see they got a lot of detail with the steam coming out of the pipe and the fish in the little fish bowl. And, the ceiling fan, everything there. So, Lucky's Tale is a simple platformer. But what makes it great are a couple of things. One, it's really well executed and has a high level of polish and fidelity to it. The second is that in consumer VR's first year, which is what I'm calling 2016, it kind of showcased that and let consumers see, and myself included, and I was really surprised by this. It let us see that not all VR games needed to be first person. You could have this kind of third person, embodied tabletop type experience, and not only can you have it, but it can work really well. So it is controlled with a gamepad. I'm playing with an Xbox One controller, and it controls like any Mario-esque platformer would. And this is a very Mario-esque platformer down to the coins and several other details. But you get benefits that you've never had in a Mario game. You can look around, you can see other elements of this created world that you could not normally see. So he jumps, and one other little cute details. If you kind of zoom in on him, he'll respond and say hi. And there's a couple things he does. He'll fall back. Yeah. So you collect coins, and you can hit boxes. And if you press on the trigger, you can do a kind of a ground smash. And you just kind of move around and move your head and kind of follow him in the space. Now this is the first level, since I just showed you the opening credits, and it's very simplistic. It's not very challenging, but the game does ratchet up in difficulty, and I feel it's as challenging as a Mario game is in its later levels. But what this does, in addition to the benefits I already talked about, it gives children a chance to play VR. This is a game that you can just pick up and play without really needing to know how, yet the experience is different. And it's again, it's one of my favorite games, and not so much because the platformer itself is just so amazing, the most amazing platforming or gameplay I've ever played. No, Mario games are typically better, but what I love this is it gave me a new appreciation. I would rather play this than a Mario game now because it's in VR. Here he kind of tunnels into the ground, which is the equivalent of Mario going down the pipe. What I like here, though, they kind of rescaled it. Lucky is about the third of the size he was in the level above, and they kind of compacted everything. But they give it a nice, good kind of dark contrast, and it just reinforces that feeling of scale that only really VR can do. Now, some people complain that this game can give motion sickness, and I don't deny that, although I have not ever felt one glimpse of it. And I think the justification behind it was basically that it, has this floating camera. You see how as I move there, the camera's kind of tethered to him on some sort of leash, effectively. And I guess that made people feel some of the disembodied motion that we know can lead to motion sickness. But again, I don't suffer from it. So you just collect coins and objects and you make your way through the levels. And I have not beaten this game. You kind of get to a point where you can no longer advance in levels. In order for them to unlock, you need to have gotten more coins and done some speed runs or speed trials that they kind of have set up, which is fine. But as far as that I've gotten, in conjunction with my son, he's really actually probably put more into this game than I have. I feel that there are several hours of gameplay. If you just speed run through it, maybe not. But if you take your time and enjoy it for what it is, I think you can get 4 hours out of this game probably. And again, I haven't beaten it, so maybe not. But the point is, you can get several hours out of the game. And more importantly, is that Oculus is giving this away. My co-host, or one of the co-hosts on VR Roundtable, Anthony, he always says that he feels like he owes Playcore money. Playcore is the developer of this game. That he owes them money because he gets this game for free, and I understand what he's saying. Now, I'm sure they received a nice check from Oculus to make this game, so I'm sure they're not hurting. But yeah, this is something that you get for free, and you don't even have to own an Oculus to get it for free. You can just download Revive, also free, and play this game. And I recommend that everyone do that. Let me go back here. Now here, it's kind of silly. They show that you can do some head tracking aiming. And I guess this is more just of a showcase thing. I want you to hit these. Because you got to think a lot of the Oculus owners are going to. This will be one of the first games they play. So Revive, you simply install it, and it just, after you've installed Oculus software itself, and it just does everything for you. There's really not a lot to manage. If you try to run some older games, then maybe there can be issues there. But in general, Revive has become headache free. And other than that, installing the Oculus account, and you just make an account, sign up. I'm pretty sure you don't even need to add a credit card or anything like that. And you can download the free titles. And they have a lot of other free kind of passive movie cinematic type experiences that are worth checking out as well. But Lucky's Tale is one of the key experiences without question. And I hope that I can go back to it maybe this spring when I'm anticipating there being a gaming slowdown of sorts, and maybe complete it just to say I have, because it's worth it. And we're coming up here on the end of level 2. Even in full 3D space, sometimes you can misplace things like that. So, and with that, the end of level 2, I'm going to go ahead and cut this snapshot into Lucky's Tale off. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that if you have an HTC Vive and not an Oculus Rift, that this motivates you to go and download this game. This is level 1. And I'm going to thumb through here. You can see all the different worlds they've created. And there's a little kind of narrative to it. You know, it goes on, and as you can see, so that's chapter 3. Some underwater levels, a canyon level, you know, volcano kind of island, and I guess this is where I am. I don't know if it's not going to load anything. So again, if you like this video and you like the content VR Roundtable's putting out, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you next time. Later.